Hi guys, Jules from the Philippines. Today is May 18, 2016. It's a Wednesday. Mama is talking to her customer. She has a visitor that buys some Avon stock from her. So the election time is over and Ate Rina's candidate won, Rodrigo Duterte. And it's okay. But for the vice president, they have some problems with that. But I think it has been a good election time and it has been very fast. The results came very fast. So we have an automated election here. So it went on quite nice and unlike from before, there are so many troubles. So it's Wednesday and it's 9 a.m. So I'm going to show you my projects. First off, I made some fish extenders, if that is the right term. I found the idea from Miss Margaret Olander. She made some Mickey Mouse inspired fish extenders. That's what they call this. Basically, it's like this. I made it from the scraps of Mama's scraps from when she made some uh, covers for the cribs. So this one, it has 3 pockets in it, and I put here my brush and some combs. I put here some of the box that I'm going to fix into a box stand. So I haven't been able to do this. And this is the first fish extender. Hope you can see. That is one of the projects that I finished. And also I put a handle in it. The back of it has a foam inside. But this fabric, I just sew it in. And also I made another one. And for this one, it has 5 pockets. The last pocket is so small because it has a space here. So I made it smaller. And for this one, I put this on my cabinet, inside my cabinet, so I can put knickknacks in it. So these are 2 of the finished objects that I have. But they are not yarn related, but I enjoy making them. So these are the 2 fish extenders. And I also have been experimenting on Miss Oana's crochet bracelet. She has a tutorial for it. I watched it once and I had the idea of putting first the beads and then crocheting and then putting the beads with the crochet. But the problem with this is the beads that I put here, it doesn't stay outside, it goes inside of the crochet. So I don't know how to resolve that problem, but it's kind of nice experimenting with it. This one, it has some wooden beads, and I incorporated also some of the beads that I have. For this one, I was contemplating about buying another type of beads like what Miss Awana used, but for this one, I use the acrylic piece that I have that I use for making the pouches, and I have this type of beads, so I incorporated it. And Miss Awana's bracelets, she used some glass beads that are big for the border line, and then she single crocheted backwards. So I didn't do that. Kinda just made some 3 layers of the beads part. And then for the border line, I just made some half double crochet. So it's fun making this, and I wanted to make other types, but I don't know if I can use the mercerized cotton yarn because they are not that shiny. Unlike because for this one, I used the mercerized cotton that Miss John gave me, and they are kinda appropriate for this because they are somewhat shiny. So I think I'm going to experiment more on this and make other designs. So those are the bracelets. And also for my whips, I have some egg-like bodies of the amigurumis. This is supposed to be a penguin, and this one is rather rag-like. So Danielle and I were playing with this, and we're kind of using it as a football. So she enjoyed playing with this and throwing this, and it has that rag-like texture. I'm hoping to make this into a Totoro. I don't know if I've shown you this before, but I'm going to make this into a Totoro. And this one is going to be a penguin. So those are my two Ami whips. So I also finished another project, and that is the long overdue bag. So this is what came off of Ate Lidic's bag. I finally put the lining and the zipper, and I think I got the zipper wrong. It's supposed to close that way, but instead of that, it closes the other way. So for the lining, I use a lighter shade of blue, and inside of this, I put a big pocket, and then I separated two different pockets, so Ate can put some ball pen inside, or maybe some toothbrush, and her sunglasses. So that is the inside of the lining, this bag. And it has this separate compartment at the back, wherein I put some automatics. So she can have a secret compartment too, like she requested. And for the front of it, I incorporated the pockets for the ball pens. There are 3 pockets, and I put a separate pocket with a zipper on it, so she can put whatever she likes to put in it. So that is the finished bag, and she's going to get it the last day of May because I think she has gone somewhere again, and she has money the last day of May. So I'm going to give her the bag then. So this is a finished bag. And for my other whips, I'm making a hat and contemplating about this because this hat, it has some diamond shaped parts in it. I started knitting a garter stitch into squares, but then I decided just to make a garter stitch hat, and then I'm going to separate them into diamond-like shapes. I'm going to slip stitch on it, so I'm going to use some crochet along with the knitted hat. So I started making this with 92 stitches, and then I've been making this yesterday. The whole day I'm making this. So this is out of the Baguio yarns, the dark gray ones. And I put two strands together so it will be thicker. And I think I'm going to make a garter stitch up until it goes higher than this one. Maybe this one. And then I'm going to start to decrease. So I'm still thinking about the brim part of it, whether to decrease or not. But this is going to be all the way garter stitch. Then I'm going to incorporate the diamond design. I'm experimenting on that, and that is an order from the office. And I'm hoping it will work out. And also, I've been working on some sandals. It turned out quite small. The feet of the baby is 2.5 inches, and this is 3 inches, so it has an allowance. But it turned out quite small because the baby is a newborn, and I think she's just a few weeks old. So still have to make this. I put two of these together. I whip stitch it so it will be thicker. And for this, I'm hoping to incorporate some garter with it so it wouldn't be easily removed from the baby's feet, because from the last booties that I made, it tends to slide off the baby's feet easily. So I'm hoping to put some garter so it wouldn't do that. And the embellishment for it are flowers, but the colors are the other way around. The petals supposed to be cream colored. So I made another one because there are two orders. This is the other one. So I'm hoping to make that and finish it on time. So those are my projects. And I wanted to show you the boxes that I cut. So I already cut this. This is going to be for the cell phone box stand. I'm going to glue it together, but first I have to cut this center off. So I have some pre-cut cartons that I'm going to assemble together and then crochet around it. But my classmate, I think I'm not going to give him that. I have to say to him that I wouldn't be able to make it. But I still want to make some box stand. So I made that. And also, I have some tumbler holders, the small size ones. As you can see, these are made out of acrylic yarn. And from before, I made also some using mercerized cotton. This one has a pocket, and this one is using a variegated mercerized cotton yarn. There are also variegated yarn available for the mercerized cotton yarns. So I used to also use them, but now not so much. So those are my projects, and still have to repair Auntie's bracelets because the lock of this one, I used the lobster lock. So what happened was it breaks easily on this part, so shouldn't be able to use it. So I have to repair them, and I'm going to use the toggle lock. I think that is what is called. This one. So with this one, it doesn't break easily. So she bought some of it so I can make them. So those are everything that I have. And I hope you guys have a fine day, a fine weather. Recently, it has been raining here. And I'm thinking that June will be the start of the rainy days. But it is still hot in here. The rain doesn't last long, but it's kinda okay because it tends to be cold. So those are it. I hope I don't miss anything. So that's it for me. Bye for now.